Hello and welcome to the channel. The Labour Party LP has finally unveiled its Presidential Campaign Council PCC members, while also bragging about securing 15 million votes. Boss talk if you ask me. Subscribe, like, share and comment please. Let's go. LP unveils PCC members, says 15 million votes secure. The Labour Party on Wednesday unveiled 1,234 members of its Presidential Campaign Council, with Assistant Inspector General of Police, retired Mohammed Zarewa as chairman, while former spokesperson of ex-President Goodluck Jonathan, Dr. Doyin Okupe, was named Director General of the Labour Party Campaign Organization. Clement Ojukwu and Yunusa Tanko were named Secretary and Spokesperson of the PCC, respectively. The PCC, which was unveiled at a press conference in Abuja, also had different directorates and each headed by a director. Okupe expressed optimism that the presidential candidate of the LP, Peter Obi, had at least 15 million voters in the bag, while 80% of new voters were supporters. According to him, about 60% of Nigeria's 38 million social media users were registered to vote, adding that 50% of the figure are obedient. Okupe described the All Progressives Congress and People's Democratic Party as expired commodities with defective structures. He said if there was a strict pre-qualification process, both the APC and PDP presidential candidates would have been disqualified from the start of the presidential race. While describing the process that produced presidential candidates of both the APC and PDP as flawed, Okupe said the youth would decide the immediate future of the country. Okupe said, "I am not talking about the dubious nature of educational records, nor even allegations of foreign court certified criminal narcotic records, nor any basis of poor health, and not even of falsified or advanced age, but I refer to the fundamental parameters of competence and character, where none of these other known candidates measure up in any way to the sterling qualities of Peter Obi and Dr. Yusuf Dati Ahmed." Similarly, on the considerations of true nationalism, geographical equity and fairness of ticket, none of them come close. The PDP candidate is a product of an unjust and dishonorable process that clearly violates the equitable rights of the entire southern Nigeria and the desire for balance in the presidential power, already enshrined in the constitution and history of that party, which was shamelessly subverted and subterfuge, and indeed anything built on injustice, ungodliness and evil conspiracy can never stand. As for the APC, the presidential candidacy is fundamentally flawed through the adoption of a skewed and insensitive Muslim ticket. Despite all objections across religious lines in a highly religiously sensitive country like Nigeria, and at a time where all reason calls for maturity, fairness, equity, justice and balance for the good of the country. Nigerian youth, by this new unprecedented demonstration of political vibrancy, have signaled to the failing and fading established political order and transactional political class that they are tired of the leadership failure that has brought Nigeria, the giant of Africa, to her knees today. The arrogant, corrupt and clearly selfish practices of these old order politicians and their parties, who believe they can always buy their way into power and always compromise every institution, have now been spotlighted and stand totally rejected by this new class of Nigerian voters. Subscribe, like, share, comment and turn the notification bell on for prompt reminder. Thank you. The large crowds of highly disciplined, self-organized, self-funded, self-motivated and clearly trans-ethnic political, religious groups and vocal associations of youth simultaneously calling for a new political culture and new leadership persona across all the country's political regions in a sustained, orderly but insistent manner is a clear call and warning to us as a country to sit up, shape up and do what is right before it becomes too late. He called on security agencies to stand tall against all nefarious political practices and vile tendencies that may want to sabotage the peace and progressive march of the country. Okukpe said the 2023 general elections was the biggest test for the Independent National Electoral Commission, maintaining that the commission had no choice but to act as a fair, impartial, fearless, and patriotic empire. Okukpe said the notorious practice of compromising the system with corrupt inducement and money politics and the manipulation of the regulatory and security agencies is no longer the norm and will be hard to fly in these elections. Already, we have seen earlier this year in this very dispensation how corrupt money politics and evil political conspiracies have destroyed unity, peace and cohesion and stifled healthy democratic determination in the internal structures of political parties, leading to heightened tensions and political disaffection. But we cannot allow these unhealthy practices to continue to truncate the destiny of our nation. As leaders who profess love for the country and the people we aspire to lead, we must resolve to put a stop to these practices this time and commit to playing fairly by the rules. To the vast Nigerian majority who are wallowing in the unmerited poverty and sordid deprivations that decades of poor leadership has foisted on our country, the coming 2023 election offers you a great chance to use your vote to turn around the situation. Meanwhile, the national women leader of Labour Party, Dugu Manuga, has said for Peter Obi's presidency to be realized, women need to take ownership of the electioneering process. Speaking during the state's Labour Party and Obedient Women Mobilization engagement held in Gombe to sensitize groups ahead of the 2023 elections, Manuga reminded them about their power to determine the success of their candidates. According to Manuga, there was need for women to reach out, engage, mobilize, organize and protect their mandate, stressing that without which the aspiration of Obi would not be realistic. Our correspondent reports that the meeting also featured the presentation of reports by women leaders from Akko, Yalmatu and Deba local government areas. She said without ownership, the results may sway against the favor of the party's candidates. Manuga said, we have to take ownership and make sure we do what we need to do so that Labour Party will come out successful in Gombe and the nation at large. We will protect our mandate. Commenting further, the women leader explained, women take ownership when they see themselves as the ones who can make what you are aspiring for happen. If I see that the burden is on me for Labour Party to win, then I have taken ownership and I will do within my own power to work for the party's success at polling world levels. You should feel that if Labour Party fails where I am at, then I have failed. That's the news, guys. Stay safe out there. Bye.